Happy 2022 here in New York City. New Year's for everyone. People are already starting to leave the city and going back to their original home states. We're starting here at Moynihan Train Hall, which is the extension of Penn Station and where a lot of people now are boarding their Amtrak trains. So we see a lot of people going in right now into a train that's heading off to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. Join me for a walk today through New York. Let's see how it looks like in 2022. Is there any changes? Is there any differences? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Stay tuned today on the live walk through New York City in 2022. Right here we are at the Moynihan station, and now it's finally looking a lot more used because last year it was mostly empty most days. Great historical photos up here. Oh, that's very nice. Like that they're not using it just for ads. A Birch Coffee is going to open up here. Hello Timea, nice to see you here, welcome. Hello Mater, good New Year to you too. George, nice to see you here. Hello Rayanette, Nader, nice to see you here. Hello Timea, hello Rosalba, NW and Faith. Love that so many people are tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Virgil says, Happy New Year's. My New Year's resolution is to become a supporter. Oh, Virgil, thank you so much for wanting to become a super urbanist. Can't wait until you do. That's so awesome. Lots of bonus videos are waiting for you from Mexico, Greece, Italy, and New York. Really cool which I recently made and will be exhibiting at the Rise New York attraction right in the middle of Times Square. Also available, one more to be posted. 360 videos and many other things. So if anyone wants access to any of those bonus videos, you can become a patron, patreon.com/urbanist. Here's a Blue Bottle Coffee. Great coffee stop here in Moynihan. And I'm actually really... For people who don't know, H&H place, which Kramer worked at in Seinfeld. However, he never appeared to work before the 9th season. Or the 10th season. No, it was 9th season. It was the Festivus episode where they finally find out, oh, Kramer actually was a bagel man. And H&H was the place located in the Upper East Side, I think. The food court is going to be constructed here. I like how it says, this must be the place. Oh, I love it. Great reference to the Talking Heads song. One of the best songs, I think, ever made. And let's pop in. Those are the benefits of being a very tall 5'2". I can peek in where most people can't. Well, I can't wait until this opens. They actually have a few great places that are opening there, including Jacob's Pickles, which is known for its chicken and biscuits. I'm really hyped for that. Wendy says it's packed. Well, yeah, the actual train station is. The food court's still under construction. Here's the Amtrak baggage claim. I'm not sure if yet anyone even claims their baggage. It's mostly always empty. But apparently you can put a baggage check when riding Amtrak and pick it up at the station of your arrival. And here are the different trains heading two sections here in Moynihan. There's the Long Island Railroad and the Amtrak. This also underground, you can go to the other main Penn station and access the New Jersey Transit. So we have Ronkonkoma, Port Washington, which is up north, Huntington, which is more towards the middle of Long Island, Babylon, which is more towards the south, and Long Beach also towards the south. And here we have the different lines going to Boston, Niagara Falls, Washington.
Welcome to Moynihan Train Hall. Amtrak personnel are located throughout.
Pro tip, there's bathrooms here. There's a few bathrooms in this station. They tend to be fairly clean. Wendy says, let's catch a train. Actually, that would be fun. I wish trains were here as fast as they were in Europe. Because otherwise, it would be really cool to just spontaneously during a live stream go to like Boston. But unfortunately, the Boston trip takes like 4 hours. And it could take longer because Amtrak is known for its delays. Hey Kirsten, nice to see you here. Hello Anita, Panajotes. Happy New Year's to you too. Do you need a voucher to prove that you took the V to catch the train? No, trains don't check for proof of V. No public transportation, as far as I know, is checking for proof of V. It's only restaurants, museums, attractions, and basically that's it. Some hotels I think might, but not all of them. It's kind of cool looking at the buildings of Hudson Yards. Reverend Jenny Osario asks, did I see the ball drop? I did see the ball drop on TV, yeah. Atif says, I was hoping you would live stream yesterday. Any reason you didn't? Atif, I usually spend it with family, so I didn't live stream at midnight. I mentioned that many times during the day. So I've never really live streamed ever on New Year's thus far. So yeah, I was spending it with family. Do I need a voucher to the Port Authority to take the Peter Pan bus? Arlene, no, you don't need proof of V for any public transportation thus far. Of course, always check. That could always be subject to change, but in the past year and a half, and we're almost heading towards the second year anniversary since the pandemic, which was March. There was, here in the US, there was never any public transportation whatsoever. bit of rain on it. Atif asks, who's more important, your family or fans? Atif asking the hard questions. Atif, nice to see you here. Everyone slam that like button right now. We're taking a very nice slow stroll here through New York City. We're gonna concentrate around the Chelsea area. I love visiting the High Line at this time, but we're not gonna jump onto the High Line just yet. I'll jump on a little bit later at 23rd Street to show you. Arlene says, I appreciate your information. My pleasure, Arlene, no problem. Feel free, anyone ask any questions about New York. New Year's Day in New York is pretty quiet. And we're gonna see how quiet it is as we venture further into another neighborhood that doesn't have too many tourist attractions aside from the High Line, but it's still fairly frequented. And there's a lot of restaurants. We're gonna see how kind of quiet it is as we venture into Chelsea. So, pro tip, if you're coming here during New Year's, stick to the touristy areas for New Year's Day, because that's probably the places where you'll see most things open. A lot of things tend to close, especially in the other neighborhoods that are more residential. So East Village, Lower East Side, Chelsea, Williamsburg, probably a lot more things are going to be closed. Not everything, of course. Wow, what is this? Someone left a very elaborate shrine up here. Oh, that's really cool. Hey, S Fields, nice to see you here. Hello, DS. Any pasteles, you say? I did not have pasteles. I had a pernil, which is roast pork, mofongo, which is fried smashed plantain, tostones, which was more fried plantains, rice and beans, empanadas. Veronica asks, is your name Tom or Ariel? I think my facial hair might be a very good indication of which one I am. And also, I'm not so as sardonic as Tom. I mean that as a compliment because it's funny in a sardonic way. I rarely get to use that word, but it fits Tom perfectly. So no, I'm not as sardonic as Tom. So I am Ariel, yes. Welcome to Urbanist. Oh, a little bar over here open. You can always count on the pubs to be open. Joe says that was some real Puerto Rican food. JD, who's Tom? Veronica's most likely referring to Tom Delgado, who does history tours of New York and places abroad. Which I do the same, but I tend to do them on live video. I heard it's raining today. Matt, yeah, it is indeed raining today. This is the post office sorting facility, if I'm correct. Yeah. Did you make any New Year's resolution? You know, this was the first year I did not make any resolutions. I love the bars here. Oh no, so they're very divey kind of bars that I assume more of the industrial workers come here. Or the postal office workers come here. Ron says, do you have a favorite neighborhood? My favorite area that I gravitate to the most in terms of hanging out, I have favorite neighborhoods for different things, but all around favorite neighborhood would be Nolita / Soho. Favorite area to just immerse myself in the sheer beauty of it is Tribeca. It was an extra industrial neighborhood converted into one of the fanciest residential neighborhoods in New York City. And my favorite neighborhood for food is East Village. So yeah, usually every single New Year's I make like a list of goals and things I want to accomplish. But this year, no, I did not make any list. I am going into this year listless, which means something very different when you combine list with that suffix listless. What does listless mean? It means something different. But I'm going without a list into this new year, without a goal in mind, without major accomplishments. I have a few intentions. I intend on working for television, with television. I intend on making another documentary, and I intend on traveling more, specifically to a place I always wanted to travel, which is the UK. Again, I've been to London before, but I want to go to other parts of the UK. You're definitely not listless. Lacking enthusiasm, yeah. Robert, that's right. Thank you for clarifying what the meaning of listless is. Oh, cool church. Happy New Year's. Hello, Scott. Welcome. Nice to see you here. Wendy says, my goal is to get married. Melody, Happy New Year's. Christine's at 200 stars. Thank you so much for 200 stars. I appreciate that, Christy. I did go live yesterday on Facebook for a fun little live video. Facebook was offering double stars, so I decided to do a Facebook only live video at night. You can actually check out the replay. As I mentioned, Facebook was only keeping replays for about 30 days. So you can check out the replay if you want to see a New Year's broadcast from later at night. And always look back and up when you're walking in New York City. Sometimes you keep seeing cool buildings like this, immersed in the fog of night. Cherno says, I want to go to your country. I hope you get to go to this country. It's a beautiful country, especially New York, in my opinion. Rob says, which neighborhood is this? This is Chelsea. We're gonna pass by more life soon. Right here is a lot of affordable housing, high rises. Soon we're gonna pass by more of the food and the restaurants and things like that. Maureen, 10,000 stars. Wow, Maureen, thank you so much for the 1,000 stars. I appreciate that. Did I enjoy fireworks? There was fireworks, yes. But I really didn't go out and see them. Thank you so much for 1,000 stars, Maureen, and everyone who's been sending stars thus far. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me know, how did you enjoy your New Year's? For everyone tuning in, what do you do? How do you celebrate? Either did you do something extravagant, or was it more chill? Either are awesome. Here's some more stars, says Wendy. Thank you so much. Joseph says, wow, East Village St. Mark's has so many places to eat. Yes, we're not in that area today. Great place to go.
Yeah, that was, yeah, so hence why I deleted
Joe says, I spent the evening with Ariel on Facebook to start off the new year. I'm so glad you did, Joe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Fireworks in Inwood for a short while after midnight, says Janice. Yep. Places in New York City were shooting off fireworks. Not officially legal, but people were doing it. Please go to Detroit, says Barb. We have Henry Ford Museum. Oh, cool. Detroit has some interesting architecture. I've heard that for sure. What place is that, says Veronica? This is Chelsea, the neighborhood of Chelsea. Here we can actually see a really cool perspective because we can see all the way down to the East River, basically. Let's see if this car is not gonna pass on here. We see all the way to the East River. So we're seeing east-west over here on Chelsea. Kay says, I don't like New Year's, so I fell asleep. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that New Year's has a lot of pressure. So this street is actually really interesting. There's a few streets in New York where you can see east-west clearly. And this is one of them. And this is 26th Street and 9th Avenue. We can also see Hudson River. Matt is just chilling on New Year's Eve, dancing and walking workout. Oh, cool. Like you're doing a walking workout. Watching you from Algeria, says Abdo. Hey, Abdo, nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well, Abdo. I don't think even drink anymore, says Scott. I don't even drink anymore, so it's a bummer. Oh no, Scott. Well, New Year's is not only about drinking, but I feel you. Chilling at a beach in Puerto Rico for Francesca. Oh, Francesca, that sounds like a good deal. That's awesome. Oh, here we see a better view of Hudson Yards. Immersed in fog. Feels it looks very empty. Well, I am not in the most touristy area, but I'm also not in the most non-touristy area. It's kind of right there in between. It's adjacent to all the touristy areas. And if I were to go right into, say, Rockefeller Center, there'd probably still people be there, probably until tomorrow. So it'll probably still be trafficked by a lot of people. But I want to show you how empty New York City gets in certain residential areas. During New Year's Day. Brunch places are open, like Citizens of Chelsea. Hey, Joe, join Team Like on YouTube. Oh, thank you so much. Especially when raining. Yeah, well, raining also. People don't come out during the rain. Hey, Trish says, Happy New Year's. I'm with Kay. New Year's Eve seems so sad. Oh, no. Wendy says, Happy New Year's Day. Wendy on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. Adam says, why were you not in Times Square last night? I'm genuinely amused by the questions I'm getting from a few people saying, but why? Why weren't you in Times Square? Why didn't you see the ball drop? Why not? Why? What were you doing? How could you? Well, it's there is an opportunity to get a lot of views, indeed. My friend Action Kid, nearly a million views, which is insane for a live video, especially IRL live videos on YouTube. That is very high. Yeah, there's an opportunity for that. But I don't know, New Year's for me is a time to spend either with family or friends. And while I really love making videos, I just really, on a special day like that, I'd rather spend it with family and friends. But everyone has different preferences, of course. Even my friend Action Kid is from a culture where they also celebrate New Year's at a different time of year as well. So he gets two of them. I really only have one New Year's on my end. So that's why. And also, waiting out and standing still for hours seems so tedious. I'm not sure how My friend Action Kid and CFOT end up doing it. I don't know how they did it. I can't do it. I don't like the idea of standing still for 6 or 7 hours waiting for the ball to drop. Robert says a million views is about $5,000. Live video, it's a lot less because you don't get as many ad money from live videos directly. Reggie says I was last night lit partying. I was I was lit, but just because of my new gimbal. Esfield says people are home nursing their hangovers. Wendy says you need bananas. I do need bananas. There's never too much bananas in life. Oh, we're on 23rd Street. Wow, we got here quick. When you come to Edinburgh, we have a ball drop every hour. This is a seafaring tradition. The sailors know when it's 12 o'clock. Yes, the time ball. First installed in Portsmouth, England in 1829, and then Scotland ports also took on the tradition. So what's better for nursing a hangover than a good egg omelette with cheese and bacon at a classic New York City diner? Nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is better than that. Classic New York City tradition. Or classic American tradition, actually. So full. Wow. I'm surprised.
Tell them that Chelsea Square I've been here for 42 years.
42 years? Really?
Come over here. I want to
That's
show
a
you
lot.
something. Come
Yeah,
here.
I would love to
show
see
them.
it.
Come
Yeah.
here. Put your mask on.
Yeah, I will. I didn't realize it was that long.
Come here. Come here. Herman Rodriguez is 29 and a half years. The main
Wow.
manager.
Oh, that's awesome.
Look at this.
Greek family?
Look at this. Look at this. Al Pacino here.
You know, here, right?
Okay.
That's good.
Top ball player.
Yeah, love it. Oh, you had
Tyson
opportunity.
was here.
Oh my Tyson as well. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you. Oh wow, so they do have a lot of celebrities. They have Robert De Niro. I don't recognize these guys too much. And they're real inside the diner. Classic diner fare. Look at that. It's a traditional Greek diner. Yep, Greek family. All right, right there. Have a great day. Thank you. So welcoming, yeah. So I am stuffed. I can't eat any more But that is a classic diner. Classic diner. Really friendly manager or owner. Seems to be a Greek family, judging by the accent and the fact that most diners in New York were owned or are owned by Greeks, Greek immigrants. So, yeah, really cool diner. First time I actually showed you a diner inside, I think. I have not shown, and I have not ever done a diner video. Well, maybe I'll come back to that place at some point soon. Stay tuned. I was thinking he was gonna host you. That would be a funny impromptu live video. He was about to feed you a Reuben, yeah. Very enthusiastic. Usually business owners are a bit wary of the camera. But this guy was like, oh, you, come in. Lisa says, you really should, indeed. Do you appreciate eating at diners? It's a specific reason I would go to eat diners. As I mentioned, diners are great. It's a great American tradition to eat at a diner to nurse your hangover. It's a great American tradition. One of the oldest traditions to exist in our beautiful country. The owner wants more business. It was pretty full, so I'm glad that they are getting a lot of business. So these are very rare wood frame houses. Let me cross. Very rare wood frame houses. JD says, will you be having coffee today? No, I won't be featuring coffee. Not today. Susie would love to see a diner video. So yeah, diners are great for heavy food that you would want either early in the morning or, after waking up after a night of drinking. You want to have a substantial breakfast, or eating very late at night after a night of partying. I think, in my opinion, are the best two times to visit a diner. Oh, we have Bastai, authentic pasta bar. Ron says, no food, no coffee, Ariel. Are you okay? Well, you have an Americano, no coffee featured today, nor food. Let's check out the streets over here. That's nice. I am a bit, my stomach is worn out. I am a bit inflamed. I think it's because of all the immense amount of coffee I've been drinking. So I am a bit tired of food at the moment, and any type of coffee. No more. I need a break. No more coffee in 22. Oh no, I'll come back. I just need to. What I do need is a peppermint tea, a gallon of it, and some turmeric latte. That would be great. Yeah, well now, I don't like coconut milk. I don't like regular milk. I don't like oats. Oats I'm allergic to most of the time. And I don't like soy or almond. Almond I'm also allergic to. So the only milk I really like drinking is coconut milk. And very few places sell coconut milk. Any type of turmeric latte. coffee shops nowadays, most of them have discontinued coconut milk, which is a bummer. So there's very, very few places I know they even sell coconut milk. So I usually make it at home. Kathy says, you sound tired. I am, yeah. Rainy days make me a bit feeling more lethargic. Oh, apartments for rent. That's cool. Kay says, I love turmeric lattes. They're amazing. But yeah, I always drink mine with coconut milk or macadamia milk. And there's a few places that still have those type of milks. But in Chelsea, I don't know any off the top of my head. So if anyone wants to do a search, any Google warriors out there want to search up turmeric or golden lattes, coconut milk here in Chelsea, do let me know. Ron says, I might be feeling lethargic. Am I feeling cathartic? I am not indeed feeling cathartic. No, I'm not feeling cathartic. But though that cathartic feeling might be appropriate for many people during New Year's. Hey, LG, Happy New Year's. Nice to see you here. It's a pretty rainy day. Yeah, it is a very pretty day. Oh, rainy days are amazing to walk through. I'm walking through the scaffolding. Jen says, LOL, it's Saturday in New York. Because a few people said that it feels like a Monday. Yeah, it is indeed Saturday in New York, but it does feel like a Monday. 2022 now here in New York City. Did I sleep well? I did indeed. Kathy sent 400 stars. Thank you so much. My cat, my pure white cat, got into my turmeric powder and he was yellow for a week, says Catherine. Oh no, Catherine. That's funny. Yeah, turmeric can stain fairly easily. Joanne says, I don't understand why New York City doesn't use trash cans, garbage dumps. Yeah, me too. I don't get it. It is still also a puzzle to me. I gotta take a sip of water. Put the camera down for a little bit. Susan, nice to see you here. It says quiet, peaceful New York, the calm after the storm. Yeah, New York City does get peaceful on New Year's Day. I just ordered Emilio's Pizza here in Bronx Morris Park. About to enjoy it live with New York City Pizza. Henry, oh, that sounds good. Sounds really good. Enjoy that pizza. Mario says, can I get a shout out? I don't give shout outs, Mario, but thank you so much for tuning in. Super quiet here, says Catherine. Indeed it is. Oh my god. Wow. This is the coolest fence. Oh my god. Look at this. I'm gonna quiz people. Do you know what this is a reference to? This is a reference to one of the most famous moments in cinema history. Gwen says it's a reference to Hugo. Well, Hugo referenced it. So Hugo also referenced it, but Hugo was referencing the original movie. Yep. One of the first movies to ever been made. Journey to the Moon, where a group of scientists or explorers launch a rocket and it lands on the moon's face, on its eye. And that's how they depicted the moon, with the face and the eye. And this was all done practically, before the age of CGI in the early days of cinema. All silent film made by Lumiere, if I recall correctly. And this is a cool house. Wow, look at this. This is rare to find. It's rare to find that type of rounded house like that. Jules Verne says, Tommy, yeah, Journey to the Moon was based on the Jules Verne novel. It's on the wrong eye, says Mike. Is it? Let me know. That's curious. Lisa said, I'm gonna watch that one. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a very short film. Nahid, we are in Chelsea. Cherno says, I need help to get to the USA. Cherno this is not that type of channel. I don't offer visas. I'm not carrying a pile of visas in my jacket, contrary to popular belief. Susan, nice to see you here. Einstein, great painting, yeah. Ron says, since it's only 5 minutes, it's on TikTok. Well, TikTok is 3 minutes right now. It would be appropriate to put it on TikTok. Ooh, nice new coffee shop. I haven't seen these guys before. Of course, a lot of coffee shops are going to be closed today. St. Kilda. I've heard of this company before. Looks like a beautiful day to be out and about, says Amy. Indeed it is. Poor moon getting a rocket stuck in its eye must hurt. Yes, it must hurt for the poor moon. Ah, wow, this is a nice little restaurant. Willow. Seems to be a brunch place. I like how chill some of these restaurants are today. Alright, let me see. I'll show you the menu. Red velvet cake skillet. Wow. What is that? Scallop cacio e pepe? Oh, that's interesting. Eggplant lasagna. Ooh. Oh, this is a vegan restaurant. It's all vegan items. Truffle mac and cheese. That's why there's so many quotes. Cheese and quotes. Oh, so interesting. Ah, that's so interesting. All right, keep this place in mind. That's why. I'm not sure if people notice, but most vegan places are usually, most of the customers are women. So pro tip, for men out there straight men out there that are wondering, where are the women in New York City? And they go to clubs, they go to bars, they try to go parties. No, gentlemen, all you gotta do is go to a vegan restaurant. That's all you gotta do. Or go to a super Instagrammable cafe, and boom, there we go. You're surrounded. Pro tip. Lisa says, well, really? Yeah, I mean, yes, it truly is. It's a best kept secret. So shh, don't tell the other straight men out there in New York City. Hisami says, good observation. It's true. Not that many people have made that observation. I'm not sure why. I'm kind of shocked that it's not talked about more. Henry says, facts. Indeed. Ooh, this is one place I might show at some point. Let's continue on. Not 8th Ave because it's cool. Variety of businesses here. Dennis says, only if you're truly dressed for, oh, well, Dennis, I would say go into a vegan restaurant, you'll see that it is quite the opposite. Here is Lasagna restaurant, which Susie from Bushwick has recommended to me. A few other people have recommended me to visit here. I never tried it, but apparently it sells lasagna. And it's a restaurant, and I like the sound of both, so maybe I'll come back at some point and eat some lasagna. Virginia asks, are you saying that only women want to be vegan? That's the problem with saying anything online is then people start assuming absolutes from any type of observation or joke or lighthearted comment. Then everyone starts going to very strong absolutes. No, Virginia, that's not what I'm saying. I know you probably mean it with good intentions, but no, that's not what I'm saying. Alif, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for tuning in from Malaysia. Lulu on 19th is amazing. Yeah, Lulu is right here. I haven't tried Lulu either. That's another place I've been meaning to try. Sells craft cocktails. Mustafa from Iraq. Nice to see you here. Salam alaikum. Welcome. Kathy says, lighten up, peeps. William says, I always knew that there was a player part of you. More hippie restaurants, says JP. There is a difference. There's a difference between, there are restaurants that are hippie vegan restaurants, and then there are the trendy, classy vegan restaurants. And it is a different crowd when you start visiting cities. I've been to Paris, I've been to London, to those type of restaurants, you do see a very different crowd. So I haven't ever been to Lulu. Let me know what you recommend at Lulu. Lulu's always busy when I try to go to brunch. Today might be the day, ladies and gentlemen, to visit Lulu if you've always wanted Hisami. New Year's, as I mentioned, is pretty chill. It's very pretty, yeah. Love the floral design. Yep, not that full. Hisami, it's your chance. It's really not that full today. Lots of seating open. Baked Camembert. Ooh, duck confit. Ooh, I love duck confit. Autumn burrata. Oh my god, burrata with squash, roasted tomatoes, pumpkin seeds. Oh my god, that sounds so good. A Lulu burger. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, that does sound good. And Urbanist orange flowers. I'm so glad they were so thoughtful to put on Urbanist orange flowers. It is empty today. There's barely a person in sight. And they have a speakeasy, which I've never been either. But yep, this is apparently a speakeasy. And you have to wave to open. Oh my god. You can literally... Oh, this is at night. I assume you can wave and you can open. Oh, that's so cool. Jungle Bird is another trendy restaurant here in Chelsea. Irene says, slowly you're getting hungry. I mean, once I read something like a autumn burrata, wow, that sounds so interesting. And baked camembert, oh my god. It does get me very, very tempted to go in and eat. That's the underground secret layer through that door. Forsyth says, Chelsea, get out your dollars. Indeed. Oh, we got a very angry couple down there. Gone to the vegan place, says Wendy. Joe says, sounds expensive. Yep, $23 for baked cheese. Sami says, and it's open today. Today's your chance, Sami. As I mentioned, New Year's Day, things are empty. And you'll probably be okay. So pro tip for anyone who wants to visit New York City, very quiet. January is a super quiet month for New York City. A lot of the places that are super trendy, hard to get into, are a lot easier on January. There's no students, much fewer tourists, fewer expats are here, so it kind of gets a lot more chill. Especially in neighborhoods like Chelsea, East Village, Williamsburg, so many places. The list goes on. January is a treasure trove for people who want to easily go to a lot of places and not need to wait in line, make super early reservations. They can just walk into most places. What is this? When's the next Italian dinner? I might find another lasagna place, so stay tuned. Nahid. Beautiful cafes. I love this. Tony says Seymour's. Seymour's is across the street. I never tried them. Let me know. What do you think of Seymour's? It used to be always packed with people, but past year have not seen it so packed. I think they expanded very quickly. Here's Mexico. Mexico is a very interesting place. They sell Mexican barbecue combination of food. All right, let's go back over to the High Line. April says my reservations are with my sofa today. Oh, that sounds awesome. Sofazations. Joanne says that baked ziti you had about 2 months ago looks so good. I'm still thinking about that baked ziti, to be honest. That baked ziti was a revelation of Italian American cuisine. It was a baked ziti that will always be remembered. And you're referring to the one from a place called Parm in Soho or Nolita. They also have one on the Upper West Side. Susrot says, am I in Times Square? No, nor am I near. Taking a subway there is only about 5 to 10 minutes, but walking right now it's about 20. A little bit more. Have you ever eaten falafel, says Mustafa? Oh yes, of course. Lots of falafel to be found here in New York. And even though I haven't been to the Middle East or North Africa yet, lots of falafel are found because there's a huge Greek population, so they have their own falafel. And there's a Egyptian population in Queens, so there's so many falafel places there. Lots of falafel to be found here in New York City. I am pretty falafel-filled with options. Gwen says, Ariel, thank you so much for being you and spreading care, ease, and enjoyment. I wish you a happy new year. Ooh. And here's the hottest club in town, Starbucks coffee. Here you can get your caramel macchiatos, your pumpkin spice lattes. Take that selfie. Is there a Middle Eastern neighborhood in New York City? There's many. Robert, great question. The biggest one, or my favorite one to hang out, is in Steinway in Queens. It's adjacent to Astoria. That place is amazing, mind-blowing. Let's continue this way. Kind of show you more along 8th Avenue here. Barb says Starbucks still has coconut milk. Oh, they do. Oh, that's good to hear. So that I did not know. Reggie says, do you think the era of soft rock is dead? Ooh. That's a good question. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure if New York City's concert scene is as vibrant as it was even 10 years ago. So I myself have not been to a concert in 4 years or 5 years or so. JD says, Club Starbucks is my jam. I'm glad it is. Club Starbucks. Hell yeah. Wendy says Spider-Man was ace. I loved it. I'm so glad Spider-Man. No Way Home. That's great to hear. I'm indeed near Chelsea Market, yeah. Everyone slam that like button right now. Let me know if you're on Team Like. We have a whopping 768 people tuning in on YouTube. That's so awesome. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Slam that like button and let me know if you're on Team Like. Terry, ooh, Terry gives a whopping $10 super chat. Terry, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says thanks for the interesting walks. Happy New Year. You are so welcome to these interesting walks. As I mentioned yesterday, everyone, this is all CGI. It's Unreal Engine 6. I've been at home the entire time. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Terry. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Let's walk through here. Mario asks, now we are transitioning to the neighborhood of Meatpacking District. This way is the West Village. That way up is Flatiron. And this is Chelsea. So we have all the different neighborhoods right here. Tommy says, you are now in the Matrix. Indeed. Indeed, Unreal Engine 6. Here's the nearest train station, 14th Street, ACEL. Mikey says, please go to Notre Dame. It is a bit of a far walk. It will require me to walk over to the airport, take a flight over to Paris, and then walk from the Parisian airport for about, I don't know, 12 hours all the way to the center of Paris to show you Notre Dame. And it's probably covered in scaffolding anyway. So, no, fortunately I can't. I have rain on my lens though. There we go. Voila. Rain gone. So, Mustafa says, Ariel, by the way, I make cold brew at home. You inspired me and new to me that cold brew in your little island life. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed the cold brew when I visited Ireland. Yeah, I featured cold brew a few times in Ireland because they had it a lot. I'm glad you are enjoying cold brew. That's so awesome to hear. I'm glad you made it at home. It's tough. It's tough to get the right balance at home. I'm not sure if you got it to taste really good. If it didn't, just try a few more times. It's hard to get that right balance. Every beans is different. Susie says, my old doctor's office is up ahead. All right, let's visit him. What's his name, Susie? Let's go over. Live doctor's office. Hey. Manny, ante todo año, buen año, ¿prefieres orden arquitecturo jónico, dórico o irónico? O corintio. A mí prefiero corintio. La arquitectura corintio es mejor arquitectura, mejor columna que hay. That was weird. A woman down there was waving at me. But yeah, Dan Manny asks, do you like Corinthian, Ionic, or Doric? I like Corinthian. Matt says, do you plan to make short TikTok videos inside the new buildings and skyscrapers? If I can get access, yes. Andrea says, what language am I speaking? I'm speaking the language of Spanish. Espanol. Let's go inside. Peeps here are doing the polar bear plunge today, says Catherine. Ooh, where? In Far Rockaway? Rockaway Beach, Queens? Coney Island? Miguel says, ooh, you speak very well Spanish. Hello from Ciudad de Mexico. Bienvenidos. Miguel. Para cualquier persona mirando en español puede preguntar cualquier cosa que quieres de Nueva York y de viajes. You can ask anything you would like about travel or New York City. Creo que es importante desear, no sé cómo pronunciar eso, un feliz año nuevo a todos. ¡Qué bien, Cynthia! Cynthia wishes everyone a happy new year. Look at this. Cool knitwear. Daniel says, hola, ¿qué escándalo están pasando en inglés? What scandals are happening in New York? Es una ciudad llena de crimen, de drogas, y de violencia en cada esquina. Tienes que tener cuidado porque esto es un ambiente de guerra aquí en Nueva York. No es como lo enseñan en el media, no es tan no hay tanta violencia, no hay tanta guerra ni crimen. Está bastante tranquilo. La experiencia de la mayoría de neoyorquinos es que es bastante tranquilo. Aquí no hay tantos problemas. No, New York is not a crime-ridden war zone, as many media outlets would lead you to believe. Most of the crime does happen is within people who are making crime. They attack each other. And yes, in a big city, there is going to be a lot of talk of incidents. And yes, there are some upticks in incidences. And that does suck. And that does have to be handled. But for the common New Yorker, 8 million people, it's pretty chill. Susie says you gotta run for your life. Indeed. And Susie's from Bushwick, so she knows. Tommy sent 200 stars. Thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you. I appreciate you, Tommy. Oh. Bob is celebrating the New Year's, nursing his hangover. Holton says, can you do a Subway video? A lot of videos on Subway. You can check out. Frank is here too, yes. Indeed he is, Frank. Bob and his Bobettes. Nick says, is that Pericles? Pericles might, oh, did he come to visit? He might have come to visit here. Yep, I think that's him. Pericles, the Greek protesting pigeon. He's trying to start a revolution at every corner. He has indeed come to visit his cousin, one of the Greek Bobettes. Blanca says, someday I'll be in New York. I hope you do get to visit New York soon. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Oh, I like the snowman exhibit. Probably be taken down because Christmas is at an end. Decorations are not going to last for much longer. I think by Monday you won't see many decorations up anymore. So do enjoy them while you can. Sounds like a name of a Motown band, says Joanne. Bob and the Bobettes. Bob has a long lineage dating back into the most important events of American history, including the birth of Motown. So I wouldn't doubt it that one of his ancestors was in the Motown band. Here's the Soho. This is the Soho House. Here's the Soho House, one of the more famous exclusive clubs in New York, modern clubs. They have branches in London and a few other major cities in the world. Featured all the way in Sex and the City. Tommy says, I keep missing Chelsea, but now you showed it on your walk. I'm going to spend a few days there. Oh, so glad you're coming over here. That's so awesome to hear. All right, everyone, I'm going to show you just a little bit more. Let me know if you have any other questions. Daniel asks, are you single? Daniel, this is not a dating channel. This is not Tinder on live video. Not Tinder, nor Hinge, nor Grindr, nor Bumble, or Raya. There's a few others out there. All right, I'm gonna show you the end of the High Line. Beautiful place to end, right here, along the cobblestone streets of the meatpacking district. This is the area where Kim Control's character, Samantha Jones in Sex and the City, lived back when it was a much more industrial place, or ex-industrial place. It was pretty, parts of it were abandoned. Wendy says, oh no, don't go, don't. I'll be back Wednesday at 1 p.m. Happy New Year, says a minute in Monica's life. Hey Monica, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Happy New Year's to you too and your family. High Line is open now. It is, yeah. Yeah, anyone can freely walk through nowadays in the High Line. Missing New York all the way from Malta. Wow, Matthew. I'm eager to visit Malta at some point. Cool that you're watching from there. Hope you get to visit soon. Wendy says, please come back before Wednesday. Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. is the schedule. And here on Urbanist, we have a strict adherence to the schedule. It's no laughing matter. Hey, Susie says, oh, I'll be back at work after 2 week vacation. I feel you, Susie. Ooh, the Samsung store, says Mark. Yeah, Samsung store is right over here. Let's see, we gotta go into the main entrance here, into the High Line. Samsung store is open today, but it's very empty. I never walked in, but I don't think they might enjoy me walking in with the iPhone. I think I might be kicked out the moment they see I'm using an iPhone. Deanne says, it's 22, the year of the tiger. Cue the music. It is indeed the year of the tiger. Indeed it is. Meatpacking district is very high-end nowadays, says Deus. Yes, it is, Deus. Can you see Times Square from here? No, Janice or Anthony, no, you can't see Times Square from here. Unless if you get into one of the high rises. No, you won't be able to see Times Square. Times Square is pretty much covered by buildings. All right, let's go over here. Wendy says, you're all welcome to my house. Bread and butter and coffee. Susie says, is that you singing to us? No, there is no singing on these broadcasts. They're very serious show, strict adherence to the schedule, and we don't make any funny observations either. This is a purely serious show of academic renown. I'm missing your broadcast Wednesday, as I'll be on the plane, says Kay. Oh, Kay, I'm so glad you're moving ahead with your New York City trip. That's awesome to hear. Where I live, everything is closed today. Yep. I mean, I can't imagine most places outside of a major city is closed. We Susies enjoy your singing, says Susie, speaking on behalf of all the Susies that tune in. Thank you, Susie. I appreciate the singing that I definitely don't do in any of the broadcasts. You'll get kicked in schedule if there's snow, says yes, Bodhi. I'm hoping for snow. I wish there was snow. Oh, how I yearn for snow. Ooh, the Whitney's open. This is interesting. I didn't realize that the Whitney Museum would be open today. I just might go in. Maybe. That's so close to Nelson Sullivan's house, says Healing River. So Healing River is referring to basically the first vlogger, I think. I think that's a fair tag to put him. This was a man in the 1980s who carried around this camera through New York City, pointed at himself, and depicted his everyday lives and edited them into vlogs, to life videos. And he did, I think, 100, 200 of them. And he lived right nearby. Check out Nelson Sullivan. If you want to see the meatpacking district and how it looked like before its redevelopment, oh my God, you'll be shocked how different it looked. And here's the High Line and the Standard Hotel. Let's zoom in and see if we see any. I'm zooming in merely to see if the windows, are all well put. There is no other reason why I'm zooming in into the Standard. Why would there be any other reason to zoom in to the windows of the Standard? It is merely to enjoy the architecture. David says, hey, this is a G show. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Well, this wouldn't be G. This is PG-13 or PG. Yep, merely zooming in because of its beautiful architectural details. Pro tip, watch a film called Shame. It's pretty depressing, but it has an incredible performance by Michael Fassbender, and you'll get what I'm referring to. Oh my God. What is this? That's scary. This Bodhi says is an incredible film. Oh, I'm so glad a few people have seen it. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, kind of twisted. He ran into those club kids, says Miss Lobb, in terms of Nelson Sullivan. Yeah. So for extra viewing, highly recommend searching Nelson Sullivan on YouTube. There's a huge repository, as I mentioned, 100 to 200 videos, which were vlogs made in the 1980s, well before YouTube ever became a thing. YouTube was invented like 2007, 2008-ish. So Nelson Sullivan predates basically any vlogger that has existed. And he vlogged here in the meatpacking district. And if you really want to get a perspective of how New York City looked like, it's a great series of vlogs to check out. Highly recommend it. Nelson Sullivan. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in here from the High Line. Beautiful views over here. Highly recommend coming down here. I hope you enjoyed these broadcasts. Welcome to 2022. New York City seems fairly calm on 2022. So no massive changes yet, but who knows what's in store for this year. Stay tuned on Urbanist to see the progression of New York City and cities around the world as we see the entire world change before our eyes. For the better or for the worse, or for something in between. Who knows? I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone.